Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Object 261. It's the Tier 10 Soviet SPG located on the south spawn of Prokhorovka under the command of Lost War hacks of the Lost Clan. And he wasn't showing any equipment before the game started, so we couldn't tell exactly what he has. Okay, 18cm howitzer mounted on a hull that would have belonged to an IS-7, but in actual fact was made into an Arty instead. It's capable with standard stun shells of 800 alpha, 45mm of pen, 9.5 meters on the blast radius, between 11.5 and 29 seconds of stun. But he's actually loaded the extra HE, which has no stun, and that's capable of 1000 alpha and 56mm of pen. Ready to go. He spotted an E-100 the other side of the railway tracks. And that was a direct hit. Lovely shot. Only 68 hit points, so it must have hit the blast shields that were covering the tracks. Yes, the E-100 does have those covers over the tracks to protect them. Now, I must say there are a large number of these new tanks in the game. You can probably see them here. Panzernik. That's a direct hit. Yes, the enemy team has a Panzernik and a Vercingetorix, which, if I remember correctly, used to be a British king from way back in the Roman times. He's loaded again. Standard reload, 30.68 seconds. He's got 27 exactly. Having a quick look at the sniper's nest. Yes, there is a fence down, so somebody must be up there. And he landed that shell in such a way that if there was somebody there, they probably would have felt that one. Okay, he's loaded. Lines up the shot ahead of track of the target. Direct hit, 387. The problem with being at this end of the map is that it's fairly easy for tanks at the center line to fire on tanks sitting at the back here. Somebody actually worked out how to blind fire the Arty, and they've passed on that knowledge to other players. And now occasionally they will fire blind to see if they can hit the Arty at the other end. The answer, of course, is just keep changing positions to make it really difficult. And that shell appeared to land short of the target. Yeah, the more that you change position at this end of the map, the more likely you're going to avoid any shell hitting you. Okay, he's loaded. Now, the problem with this Arty is you only get 20 rounds of ammunition, which means you can run short. Quite a few battles will happen where the Object 261 will run out of ammo and have to go scouting instead, because that's all they've got available to do. Mind you, since it's an IS-7 hull, it can actually ram the enemy and do quite a lot of damage. Rounds out. Direct hit again. 468 this time. Going for the A phase one again. And loses sight of him just when he's about to be completed on the load. But the one up on top of the hill is a one-shot. And it looks like he just took a round as well. So we're waiting to see if he appears. Since he's using the non-stun HE, he needs a near direct hit. Or as close as possible to do so much damage. Can't wait too long without sight of the enemy, so he switched over to the 705. And now he's going to go after the Panzernik. Yes, you can see that narrow arc of fire is only 10 degrees, 5 degrees either side of the center line. If you move outside the arc, suddenly you get that reticule blip where it increases in size, and also that it resets, or at least you get this sudden movement of the reticule, which is rather unfortunate. That's because the vehicle had to move. Most Soviet SPGs make up for the fact they have a narrow arc by having a very quick dial-in on the target. 705 again. Yeah, as you see there, he got the sudden blip again. Oh, that was a direct hit again. 401 hit points. He's racking up the damage. His platoon mate in the batch at 155.58 has already got a kill. We lost the CS-59, and of course that was a platoon that happened dynamically at the start of the game. The A phase one up on top of the hill's been spotted, and he is a one-shot, and we didn't have to shoot because our teammate in the M60 got the kill instead. But look at this number of tanks sitting around the center line, trying to shoot up on top of the hill. Rounds out. He tried blind instead there. It was worth a go because there were so many enemy tanks together. The possibility was he was going to hit something. He's down to one non-stun HE left. You can see he's hit that E100 already twice. There's a yellow stain on the front of the vehicle and also on the side. Going to give it another go. Rounds out. Direct hit, 242. And now he's got a bruise medal as well. He makes that guy a one-shot. I was about to say he was going to... Yes, I did say that he was going to make that guy a one-shot. In fact, actually, he was killed by the Gorilla 15. Okay, we're loaded again, but this time round it's standard stun. Changing position. Nine shells of the standard stun. Gonna hit the Panzernik. Oh, now that hit something. I'm not even sure it did hit the Panzernik. I think it hit something else that was in front of it. That was interesting. It means that there's quite a few tanks in that area milling around, and it may have been that the Panzernik was actually directly behind somebody we couldn't see, and he took the shell instead. There's the Panzernik. He hasn't got a shell impact on the side of his vehicle, but we fire at him anyway, and he goes down. So that's his first kill. Yeah, so if we see a tank with a big yellow stain on the side of this vehicle, that was probably the one that took the shot. DZT-159 up on top of the hill in a very good position there. That position is very difficult to hit, but he fires the shell in and no stun. So I think he missed it. Well, you can see the impact crater. We're two up on the enemy at the moment. DCT came too far forward. Rounds out. Direct hit. 263. Good shot. And there's the 705. He's looking for that yellow stain mark on the side of his vehicle. Well, he's about to get one. Oh, unfortunate that. He did get the stun, but not for very long because the guy used his first aid kit to get rid of it. That shell was from the Batchat 155-58 and it's tracked him. And that was a kill shot. So 2 kills now for Lost War Hacks. We're 6 up on the enemy. And I think we just saw the tracer from the enemy Arty. The only one they've got left is their Batchat 155-58. And there's the Leopard. We're loaded. Rounds out. That was a direct hit. Looks like the Leopard just got killed by the units just after our shell landed. So we got the stun assist off that one as well. Only 354, but it counts. Only 3 enemies remaining. They found one of them. It's an E4. Rounds out. And he got the kill on that one too. 208 hit points, takes him out of the game. And now the Jaeger's come into sight. Now we've only got 1 round left of the stun HE. They just lost their Arty, so this guy is now the last enemy. So we ideally need to get around into him quick. Otherwise we may not get any more hit points. Rounds out. Well, we did get the stun and he goes down, so that's the end of the game. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was a first-class tanker for Lost War Hacks of the Lost Clan in the Object 261. He managed to get a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 13 in that battle. And his win rate was 4,158, which is Super Unicum standard. Sadly, he didn't get any other medals, but he did have a good game. When it came to team score, we can see that he got the 2nd highest damage in the game. The M48 Patton picked up 5,907 hit points of damage, and he got 2 medals. He got a Confederate and a High Caliber. 2nd highest damage went to Lost War Hacks with 3,466, and the 3rd highest damage went to the IS-7 on his team, who got a steel wall and 3,032 hit points of damage. When it came to kills, we can see that he actually shared the top spot with the M48 Patton and the M60, and on the enemy team, their Jaeger got 3 kills. And when it came to base XP, he's in 4th place because the Patton got 1,157, so he actually got the top in all 3 categories, all 3 columns. 965 went to the UDIS 033, and 942 went to the IS-7, leaving Lost War Hacks in 4th place with 876. He fired all 20 rounds. That last round, last piece of ammo in his magazine, he got 12 direct hits on the enemy, no penetrations, but he did get 18 splashes. Damage of 3,466, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damaged 8 of the enemy, killed 3 of them, and did 657 hit points of stun assist of 6 stuns. Yes, the reason he didn't get the Confederate was he didn't hit enough of the enemy, really. I mean, the thing is, he got so many kills, the kills actually detracted from his ability to get that Confederate, so that's why he didn't pick up the medal. On a premium count, he actually earned 58,997 credits, and that includes a 50,000 mission completion bonus, and he got 5 bonds for this being tier 10 and 2,628 experience points. That was a good battle because he made a lot of use of relocating after each shot to make sure that the enemy couldn't get a shot at him. And in fact, I didn't see any shells headed his way during the entire game. So I think if the enemy did try, they gave up very quickly because they weren't getting anywhere. In fact, I just didn't see any tracers headed near him. But he was making good use of the shots, and you could see him pumping those rounds into the enemy, and they were taking the shells, and he was picking away at them bit by bit, so that they eventually became vulnerable to his teammates. Good game by Lost Wall Hacks. Hope you enjoyed that one. If you did, please give this video a like, and thank you for watching.